sights, sounds, and information just for you from your friends at ASM.
Do you have a beard?
Yes, I have a beard.
Do you love your beard?
Yes, as much as any one person could love their facial hair.
Wild Rose Beard Oils and Wax. Grooming products to make you and those around you love your facial hair.
Welcome to the turn of night.
The lady and her daughter walked through the now empty corridor, which only a couple years ago had been a busy and vibrant entrance into the mall. The once trendy shops had closed, no evidence of them ever being there except for the odd store sign that hung sadly. It was a far cry from the checkpoints they had to go through in order to make their scheduled appointment. Once they were scanned in with the security guard and customer service rep, who only 2 years earlier had been an equally unimpressed-looking barista and athletic store sales associate, respectively, they continued in. Seated in the office of the provincial administrator, they observed the room, adorned with the finery that they as basics were once allowed to buy, and in some cases own. Basics, as in basic humans, was what they were now known as. Only a year before, they were still just people. The clothing they wore, along with other personal possessions, were all cataloged now. Anything purchased after the Great Joining or global assimilation was designated to specific classes and or relegated to waiting lists. The people had their theories, rumors, ideas about what the joining was exactly, as it wasn't really explained to the average person. As the woman and her daughter waited, they overheard a man and his wife begging for their son's life. It seems he was caught with milk. Once explained and reasoned with a simple doctor's note, his sentence was reduced to a fine for owning new pens and a bag of sugar. Their attention was brought back by the sound of a coconut being dropped on the table. "So," spoke the provincial administrator, "you are the talented young lady who does the spectacular paintings." The young lady nodded nervously. "I have seen your work. Very impressive." She had been in her second year of art. Since the early days of this new life, she'd been one of the few leftovers after that bloody and fatal resistance riots. "If you do as competent a job with my portrait, perhaps we can arrange your family into the bracket above your current status." They nodded. The mother agreed, although in her pocket she clutched the scales of a one-handed opening folding knife. This new life was terrible. He continued to eye the daughter, his tongue darted in and out. The mother had seen her friends killed or reduced to less than humane living conditions, and now the top man himself was openly showing how perverted he was. He spoke again. "Now, Mother, leave us so that we may begin." She gritted her teeth. From behind her, the squeals of the family from earlier rang out, but it couldn't have been them. This sound was almost a high-pitched hissing. Without warning, the door bust open, and the provincial administrator recoiled as a cloudy, dust-like substance was hurled in his face. The mother and her daughter, surprised, recognized it as cayenne pepper. The administrator choked. He clawed at his face, and his true visage became clear. It was reptilian. He reached for an alarm, but the mother, seeing red and not caring for the repercussions, swiftly stabbed him in the side of his head. Silence as he died on his desk of gold ballpoint pens and coconuts. Silence. Except for the man who busted in the room and threw the offending substance. He wore a thick flak vest with a skeleton-boned, deckled, long-sleeved shirt. His face wore a smile that confused them in this era of misery and uncertainty. "Yep, the lizards don't like pepper. The spice ain't nice. Oh hey, lend me your ear, and no need to fear. My name is Motor City Mike, aka Steady Eddie, and I'll be your seer. So come on everybody, the revolution's here." The mother nodded to her daughter. They filled their bags with the office supplies and coconuts before leaving with their newfound understanding of the world they would attempt to reclaim.
The lights are on as the evening shadows are creeping in. Hopefully, you won't get caught in the turn of night.